Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I've got some more motorcycle content for you. Now that my 2004 Z1000 is finally finished, insured, and spending more time back on the road than it is in the shop, it's time to start finally putting some miles on it. So today, I'm gonna show you my wash and chain maintenance, routine. Now, how often should you clean and lubricate your motorcycle chain, you may ask? And the answer to that is, it depends. If you've got a smaller, less powerful bike that spends most of its time riding around on sunny days when the weather channel says 0% rain, you can probably get away with doing it a lot less often. If you've got a higher horsepower, bigger bike that sees a lot of aggressive riding like mine does, you probably want to stay on top of it a little bit more. Personally, I like to do it every time that I wash my bike. That way I can kill two birds with one stone and clean the chain while I'm washing the bike. And I like to keep my bikes clean, so this usually works out to about every 1 to 2 weeks. However, your situation may vary. Use your best judgment. If you're taking your enduro through mud, sand, water holes, and anything else you can throw at that chain, you're probably gonna wanna do it a lot more often. Now, before we get into today's video, I do have a bit of a disclaimer. I somehow managed to lose all of the audio to the footage you're about to see. And because I lost the audio to this footage, I had to cut a lot of it out. So to make up for my incompetence, I'm going to include something a little bit special at the end of today's video that we don't normally do here. You'll have to stick around to the end of the video to find out what that is. But for now, let's get cleaning, because this bike is absolutely filthy.
No audio voiceover time, baby. Let's get to work. The first step in maintaining your chain is making sure it's clean before applying fresh chain lube. Normally, this involves a chain brush and some brake cleaner, but like I mentioned earlier, I usually like to clean the chain while I'm washing the bike. Once the chain is clean and mostly dry, it's time to put the bike on a stand. I usually start the bike and let it run in first gear for a minute or so to help get rid of any remaining moisture on the chain before applying a generous amount of chain lube. Then I grab a rag and wipe off any excess, because chain lube belongs on the chain, not all over the side of the bike, the swing arm, and the back of your riding jacket. The final step is checking the chain adjustment and making sure everything is still within spec. And if it's not, obviously you'll want to adjust it. Fortunately for me, everything is still looking good here.
Now, if your bike does need its chain adjusted, I did make a video earlier in this series that tells you exactly how to do that. I will leave a link to the full Z1000 playlist down below in the description. Anyways, as an apology for this now fairly short video, I'm gonna leave you guys with some raw POV riding footage of the Z1000 and the glorious sounds that come from the full aero exhaust system. As always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy.